What if the player you just cheered for was secretly betting against himself? It sounds crazy. It sounds like something from a movie. But this is real life. And between 2023 and 2026, the world of professional sports got hit with one scandal after another. Players, coaches, even trusted insiders, all caught in the same trap. Money, greed, and the slow, quiet decision to break the rules when nobody was supposed to be watching. Today, we're going inside 10 of the biggest sports money scandals of this era. Some of these names you'll know right away. Others you might be hearing for the first time. But every single story has one thing in common: someone close to the game decided the rules didn't apply to them. And it cost them everything. So stick with us till the end, because the last few stories on this list might genuinely shock you. Before we start, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss the next deep dive into the stories sports leagues don't want you talking about. Let's get into it. Number 1, Terry Rozier. Imagine being a professional basketball player, making millions of dollars a year, living the dream that most people only imagine. Now imagine throwing all of that away for $100,000. That's exactly what federal prosecutors say Terry Rozier did. In late 2025, he was indicted on charges of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and money laundering. The accusation is almost hard to believe. Prosecutors allege Rozier agreed to take a bribe, and in exchange, he would deliberately limit his own playing time and exit games early. Why would that matter? Because his co-conspirators were betting on what's called the under, basically, betting that he wouldn't score much or play much in that game. If he leaves early on purpose, the bet wins. And somebody, somewhere, collects a paycheck off of fans who had no idea the game was rigged from the inside. Here's the question that should bother you. If a player can quietly cash out of a game early, who else might already be doing it and never getting caught? Number 2. Chauncey Billups. Now this next one isn't about basketball betting at all. It's something darker, and honestly, a little more old-school mob movie than modern sports scandal. Chauncey Billups, the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, was arrested in October 2025. But this wasn't connected to the sports betting investigation everyone else was caught up in. This was an FBI probe into high-stakes, underground poker games that were allegedly rigged and tied to organized crime. Yes, you heard that right. Organized crime in 2025, still running rigged card games behind closed doors and pulling in a major sports figure. Billups was placed on administrative leave by the Trailblazers almost immediately. Number 3, Jontay Porter. This story is where a lot of people say the entire scandal wave really began. Jontay Porter played for the Toronto Raptors. In 2024, he was banned from the NBA for life. Not suspended. Not fined. Banned. Permanently. Why? Because the league discovered he had done something almost unthinkable for a professional athlete. He leaked his own confidential health information to gamblers and then deliberately checked himself out of games early, just to guarantee that bets placed on his underperformance would win. Porter later pleaded guilty to federal wire fraud charges. Think about that for a second. Number 4, Ipe Mizuhara. This one isn't about a player at all. It's about trust and betrayal at the highest level imaginable. Ipe Mizuhara was the personal interpreter for baseball superstar Shohei Ohtani. For years, he was by Ohtani's side at almost every interview, every press conference, every public moment. People assumed he was simply a translator. But behind the scenes, Mizuhara had spiraled into a massive illegal sports betting habit. And to cover his losses, he allegedly stole nearly $17 million directly from Ohtani's own bank accounts, secretly wiring the money to pay off his gambling debts. He eventually pleaded guilty to federal bank fraud and tax evasion. $17 million, stolen from someone who trusted him with everything. 5. Damon Jones. Damon Jones spent years in the NBA, first as a player, then as an assistant coach. He had access, he had relationships, He had information that outsiders simply could not get. And in 2026, he pleaded guilty to federal charges for using exactly that access the wrong way. Prosecutors say Jones laundered gambling winnings and acted as an informant for underground betting syndicates, secretly passing along confidential injury reports and lineup details before they were public. Information like that, in the wrong hands, isn't just an unfair advantage. Number 6. Pat Hoiberg. Now here's one that might surprise you, because it's not even about a player or a coach. Pat Hoiberg was a Major League Baseball umpire, someone whose entire job is built on the idea of being completely neutral, completely trustworthy, standing behind home plate, making calls nobody can argue were biased. In 2025, MLB fired him for violating the league's strict gambling rules. Investigators found he had shared betting accounts and deleted messages with a professional poker player who was wagering on baseball games. An umpire, the person we trust to call balls and strikes fairly, tangled up in the betting world he was supposed to have zero connection to. If even the umpires can't be fully trusted, how much of what we watch is really clean? Number 7. Emmanuel Clase and Luis Ortiz. This next one might be the most jaw-dropping entry on this entire list, because it's not about hiding information. It's about allegedly controlling the actual outcome of the game, pitch by pitch. Emmanuel Clase and Luis Ortiz, both pitchers for the Cleveland Guardians, were indicted by federal prosecutors in late 2025 and immediately suspended by MLB. The accusation against them is almost unbelievable, that they actively participated in a scheme to rig specific on-field pitches, deliberately influencing how those pitches played out in order to defraud sportsbooks that had odds riding on those exact moments. Think about that, not just sitting out of a game. Number 8. Tucupita Marcano. Tucupita Marcano played for the San Diego Padres. In 2024, Major League Baseball banned him for life after discovering something that crossed every line the sport has. Marcano had placed hundreds of baseball-related bets. But it wasn't just betting in general that ended his career, it was who he bet against. While he was on the injured list, unable to play, Marcano allegedly placed wagers on his own former team, the Pittsburgh Pirates, to lose. A player betting against the very team he once wore the jersey for. It's the kind of story that makes longtime fans question what loyalty in sports even means anymore. Number 9. Amit Patel. This story takes us away from the field completely and into a front office most fans never think twice about. Amit Patel worked for the Jacksonville Jaguars, managing the team's virtual credit card program. Over roughly 3.5 years, he allegedly stole more than $22 million from the franchise, creating fake transactions and falsified accounting records to cover his tracks. Prosecutors said he transferred over $17 million straight from the Jaguars' account to his own PayPal, with millions more sent directly to betting platforms. He later told the court he developed a serious gambling disorder and said he was diagnosed with a gambling disorder about a month after he was fired. He was sentenced to 6.5 years in federal prison and ordered to pay the team millions in restitution. And finally, number 10, Brad Bohannon. We're ending with a story from college sports because this scandal proves that even at the amateur level, the temptation runs just as deep. Brad Bohannon was the head baseball coach at the University of Alabama. In 2023, the university fired him after he was tied to a string of unusually large suspicious bets placed at an Ohio sportsbook, bets placed from his own personal cell phone while he was reportedly in direct contact with a known gambler. A college coach, allegedly feeding information that could shape multi-thousand-dollar wagers on games involving his own players. So there you have it, 10 stories. 10 different sports, 10 different roles players, coaches, interpreters, umpires, and front office staff. But every single one of them shares the exact same pattern: access to information. Do us a favor, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the scandals shaking up the world of sports. We'll see you in the next one.